ready and ready to spend this time with you this evening. So, this night, as you see, we are talking about rewiring your life. Change your mind, change your life, reprogramming your life, reprogramming your mind. And all of these are used. Uh, yes, it's you won't get these results unless you do the work. Hey, Christy. So you have to understand something called paradigm. Your program, your programs. You have to understand that. And that's what we are going to be working on now and also in the future. Promise you, none of this will happen for you unless you take action. This is not something that is going to magically fall from the sky and fall into your life, fall into your lap, and you just magically get up and start living life on the terms which you will experience peace and calm, and also your happiness will increase as well. No, until you start taking action, because this is what this whole thing is about, is taking action. So I discovered something that I believe can help you to make that shift, to make that change. You cannot continue to live the way how you are living. You need to be peaceful and you need to be calm and you need to experience at least a little bit more happiness into your life. And one of the problem that we are facing as human beings, we have so much bitterness. We are walking around with so much bitterness, so much resentment, so much trauma. And it seems to me that most of us don't know how to even begin to um, to deal with it, to make it less intense. All right. And these are some of the things that we're going to be working on. Of course, I need more audience, of course. But I'm going to do the work because I love what I'm doing. So I'm going to do the work with audience or not. Because I love what I'm doing, I believe in what I'm doing, and I believe this can help a lot more people. All right. So I'm going to do the work anyways. So, yes, we're talking about resentment. A lot of us are just so resentful because we are still walking around feeling pain from the trauma that that we have been left with based off of past experiences. So we want to deal with that. When you are carrying around resentment, it's very difficult for you to become to experience almost any kind of happiness. Every once in a while, here and there, you might experience some happiness or so, but it just won't last. Not gonna last for a long time, short. And then your program kicks in and you go right back into the resentment. Okay. And we want to help you to work on that. Don't forget, folks, while you are here, like and subscribe. Help out your boy to get out into the YouTube universe. All right. So we are working on dealing with resentment slash trauma. We are working on dealing with that. We need to become a lot more peaceful. More peace, experience more calmness and more peace would put us into a relaxed state. and that way we can enjoy ourselves more, and more people will also enjoy us as well. The you know the hyphiness, the craziness. Sometimes we just want to stay away from that. You know, from those emotions. We just want to stay away from them. When there's a time for it, you want to jump into the ring and start dancing and so forth. Of course, go do that. But we just want to avoid, getting into um, these emotions so much, these intense emotions. We want to get rid of that. We just want to get ourselves away from that. So we need to be peace and calm. But you're not going to achieve peace and calm through just sitting down. You need to understand your programming and what program you are running on. And once you understand that, then you can able to go, to start to do the work to fix it. And that's what we are about to help you get going with. All right? We have to change. We cannot be where we are and expect any better results. It's just not gonna happen. The trauma that we are living with is not going to be removed or washed away unless we do something to actually remove the trauma and wash the trauma away. All right? And a lot of us have been walking around with so much bitterness because of what has happened to us in the past, and maybe rightfully so. You have a right to be bitter, and that's okay. But it just won't get you to where you need to go. It won't bring you great friends. That will not happen. It will not put you on a path where you can experience great relationships with the people at your job, even experience great relationship with the people inside your household as well. Just won't happen. And this is why we're gonna have to deal with this problem here. So one thing I notice a lot of people will ask me about is consistency, and they will ask me how I become so consistent and so forth, because they're trying to learn to become consistent themselves. And this is a big part of making the change. You need to build up consistency. I say build up because it has to be built up, right? Consistency is like any muscles at all. You have to work on it, and over a period of time, it will become powerful. And you need consistency in order for you to start seeing results. And that is just how it is going to be. Okay? So, work on the consistency. And I explained this to other people in the past. I don't know if they get it. I believe some people don't get it because, like I said, there is no magic trick. All it needs is that you do the work. No magic trick. Okay? So here we go. Consistency. How did I build up my consistency? Well, I decided to go running and working out. But I know from my experience and from information that I got from people who are extremely smart, any new program that you are going to download or you're going to implement into your life, any new activities, any new program you're going to um, you are going to implement into your life, you need to do it for at least 100 days straight in order for that program to take effect. Some people say some people say 60 days. Hey, Jason. So some people say 60 days. but I kind of doubt this 60 days there. And some people say 90 days. I would more go along with 90 days. All right. But I said 100 days. All right. And that's what we're going to work with. 100 days. You need to be consistent for 100 days. I don't care what you are doing, but try to do something simple and something easy that you can actually do for 100 days. Okay. And we want you to do that. So, want you to work on the consistency for 100 days. Now, this means you have to commit to what you said you are going to do. Maybe that's you're going to walk 2 blocks a day for 100 days. That's fine. You are building the consistency. It's mental, it's muscle. So that way when you finish with that 100 days, you can go apply it to something else. You know what I mean? Exactly, Christy. So, right. So we are going to be doing that 100 days. Oh, you can go read. Let's say you go read something that you like and you read for 100 days. Then you can move over and apply that consistency to something else. But you need to be consistent in order for you to right? Thanks, Christy. So that's what you're gonna do. Keep on applying it to other areas of your life, right? So consistency is key here in order for you to make this shift, and that's what we are about to work on. Now we are dealing with the uh, uh, um, you know, the problem of resentment. Resentment is a problem. The solution is we want to get to peace and calm. So we need to go the opposite of resentment. One thing resentment helps us to do, it helps us to complain a lot. Cry, complain, whines a lot. Now, we want to do something about the complaining. We want to reduce the complaining as much as we possibly can. So, this is when gratitude affirmations comes in. So we are going the opposite of complaining. Gratitude, which is giving thanks, is the opposite of complaining, whining, and crying. Especially if you're a man, stop whining, complaining, and crying. I know you are looking for people to be sympathetic. You are looking for sympathy. Please don't go out there and look for sympathy. If you get it, accept it, but don't go out looking for it. All right. So we are going to introduce gratitude into our lives. Now, this gratitude, gratitude can't you will not just become thankful overnight. It's not gonna happen, and this is when practice comes in. I cannot stress this hard enough. Hey Joshua, good to see you. I appreciate you stopping by. So, being grateful is not going to happen overnight. And this is why it needs to become a part of your lifestyle. This is what you do every single day is give thanks. You don't need to believe it in the beginning. Stay away from believing anything because that muscle, that belief muscle is just not there yet. You believe that the world is out to get you, and you are complaining and you are whining that the job is horrible. Your two baby mamas are crazy and they are just nagging you all the time, and you don't really have a lot to be grateful for. The car keeps on broken down and so forth. You have problems, real problems, okay? So you're not gonna be grateful right away. And this is when you're gonna have to practice. You fall down, you get back up. You start complaining, then you start catching yourself and be like, all right, I need to be grateful instead of complaining. And you start catching. So over time, over a period of time, the complaining will go down and you will start becoming more grateful. Doesn't mean you are going to be happy, 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 but You won't be complaining to make yourself more angry, more upset, and more bitter about what's going on in your life right now. All right. So we are going to, tackle the complaining, because that's one thing that comes with resentment, with trauma. The old programming is complaining, and we don't want to we don't people people don't even like being around you when you are a complainer. They hate being around you. They might not tell you, but they don't like, because they call you a negative person, and they don't negative Nancy, and they don't want anything to do with you much. Okay, so this is why we're gonna have to work on those emotions. Because that is our job. Nobody is responsible for the way how we feel and the way how we see life. We are responsible for that. So instead of complaining, we're gonna do gratitude, and this is when you're gonna have to practice. This is when the reps comes in, and you're gonna repeat over and over and over those gratitude affirmations. You can get them on YouTube, you can get them online, you write them out by hands, that way they are, you can look at them all the time. And also, I want you to read, and I want you to go on YouTube, find some gratitude affirmations that you like, and listen to them. So read and listen, and that will help you over a period of time to forget about the complaint. So whenever you feel like complaining, you turn on your gratitude affirmations audio, and listen to them, and also read them as well, and that will reduce your complaining. Nobody is going to do anything about you complaining. I mean, it's not gonna solve anybody's problem, and that's what people really want. They want somebody to help them solve a problem. Complaining will not help them at all, and that's the reason why I believe they are so um, unsympathetic towards complainers, because it doesn't help them. It doesn't help you either. So why complain? Just stop complaining, okay? And the trauma, we have to deal with it. That old pain, that old hurt that's plaguing us, bothering us, we're gonna have to get rid of a good portion of it. A large portion of it is gonna have to go. Some of it you can hold on to, however long you want to hold on to it for. But eventually, we need to get rid of most of it, right? So I mean, maybe you might not get rid of all of it, but a large portion of it needs to go. And this is when you're gonna have to commit to wash away the old trauma. You're gonna say to yourself, I am going to grapple with this problem, because the trauma slash resentment, it is a real problem. It brings you a whole lot of pain. And we want to move from pain to peace and calm. Okay? That's what we want to do. So, this is why we're going to tackle that problem of resentment. And the solution, peace and calm. So, we're going to move into it now. All right. So, there are some things that I do to make myself feel better and feel good. Sometimes I experience high happiness, sometimes I don't. But I am not miserable, and I am not complaining and whining about, you know, every single situations uh, and circumstances that I encounter. I start whining and complaining about them. All right. So, one, I talk about this in the past, and I want to, so because we're talking about the paradigm here, and which is part also a huge part of the self image. What you hold in here is how you see yourself, and that's exactly how other people sees you. So the self image, how do you see yourself? This is why I recommend go down to the gym, start working out immediately. Get in shape. Start working out. Become more masculine. Men, I'm talking to here now. Women, this can help you too. but don't become masculine, right? So go down to the gym, jump up on those pull-up bars, do the pull-ups, hit the ground, do the push-ups, grab the weights, lift the weights, do the workout, do the ab workout. But you need to get in shape. Get in shape, get fit, get healthy, stay healthy. And I want you to put on your running shoes, hit the pavement. These are things that make, you want to feel better about yourself. This is what you're gonna have to do. You want to feel a little bit more happier, put on your running shoes, hit the pavement, start running. And the running will really, will open up the endorphins and release those nice chemicals into your brain and makes you a lot more happier. Endorphins makes you more happier, and you get that from running. And the running will release that, will open up the endorphins and release that beautiful chemical into your brain and makes you a lot more happier. So running and working out. Now we are dealing with the physical, the outside. We are changing the outside image of ourselves because we want, when we look into the mirror, we want to like what we see. It does affect you. What you see in the mirror does affect you. It can affect you in a good way and it can affect you in a bad way. If you are overweight, fat, and so forth, that's gonna affect you in a negative way, especially if you are trying to get the girl that work at the freaking 7-Eleven or where else, and you are trying to talk to her and you are fat and that's going to cause a problem for you. No, that's gonna that's gonna be a huge blow to your self-esteem. It will hurt you. I'm fat. That's the reason why she doesn't want to talk to me. Okay. So the image of yourself does dictate how you feel about yourself. And I said, run, get in shape, get in good shape. Running makes you more healthy, makes you more happier, right? So these are things that we can work on. And also, you meet good friends through running as well. I have a ton of friends now these days. I've been adding them to my Strava app, and we follow each other and give each other kudos on that on my app, on my Strava app, right? And we're gonna work on the next part, which is the internal self image. Internal. There's an internal one there. So let's say when you sit down, the resentment kicks in. I'm going to show you how I deal with that. The resentment kicks in. All this pain start to come up. The trauma start to bubbling up, and what happened to you in the past is just start to, you know, you can start to feel the sting. I don't want you to run away from it. I want you to sit down there and, deal with the sting. I said, I feel the sting of it. Now the sting is here. I want you to just hurry up and pass through so it can go. The sting doesn't stay there for long. Once you become aware of it, it leaves in a couple of seconds. Maybe a minute or so, 2 minutes, but it will go away. It won't stick around for long. And now the resentment is so strong, so you can see yourself arguing with other people. So this is when I draw for my little piece of paper here that I, use to counter that image that I see in my head where I'm going to be arguing with somebody. I will pick up my little notepad here and I would, I wrote down on there, I see myself living in peace, love, happiness, harmony, and joy with others. My life is wonderful. My life is peaceful. I see myself being kind to others. I see myself being caring to others. I see myself being loving to others. Because that is the opposite of quarreling and fighting with somebody. And with the program, the resentment, the trauma, most likely you are going to say something nasty to that person, especially if it's somebody who you felt have done you wrong in the past. Okay? So these are things that we want to work on. And we want to, hey, Lexi and Bella, and we want to uh, avoid some of this, right? So here we go. We are going the opposite. Thank you very much, Letty. And we are going the opposite of the old program, the old paradigm, and we need a paradigm shift. So we need to go into a new phase where we physically, thank you very much, lady. So we're physically, we are changed physically from the outside, and also internally we are changed from the inside. And this is when I want you to wake up a little bit earlier than you normally would. All right? And I want you to go into practice. Get into the habit, get into, thank you very much, lady. Appreciate you. Get into um, the habit of repetition. This means that you are going to read the same bloody thing over and over and over and over again. The reason for the repetition is how you change the subconscious programmings. There are two ways that the programs change. Okay, one is when you go to bed at night, you can put in your earbuds into your ears, and that you will download a new program, and that is the hypnosis, because that functions when you're sleeping. It functions like when you're a baby, right? So your conscious mind shuts off, so it goes straight into into your subconscious mind. That's one way. So I like to sleep and listen to stuff on repeat at night when I go to bed. Thank you very much, lady. Right? And there's another way, because we are not babies anymore. We are over 7 years old. This is when we're gonna have to do the reps. So everything that we learn after seven is pretty much, repetition. You want to ride the bike, you want to drive the car, you want to get big muscles. All of this comes through doing the reps, practice, and that is how we can change. If you want to become like, see those guys down there doing all those crazy moves on the skater, on the skateboard, and they flip up. Right. These guys have to practice day in, day out to get really good at the skateboard. So you are not 7 years old anymore. Oh man, that's cigarette smoking. I don't know how good that is, but hey, good luck. I hope you quit, but hey, good luck. You know, thank you very much, lady. And so we are gonna. So that's what we are talking about doing the reps. So I want you to get into the rep, like I mentioned earlier on. The gratitude affirmations, which is the opposite of you being a complainer and a whiner. Nobody likes complaining and whining. Believe me, they don't. Okay. And I want you to get into power thoughts. So the thoughts that you are living on now, um, yeah. So the thoughts that you are living on now is a huge problem, right? And it's hurting you, it's causing you friendships, it's causing you, you are having terrible relationships in your home, in your business, or in your professional work. It's just causing you a lot of problems. So I want you to do power thoughts. That way you can change those thoughts, and that will change your life, and the people around you will enjoy you a whole lot more. Okay. And I want you to get into prayers. Do copy some prayers from the Bible, wherever. And I want you to thank you very much, and I want you to read those. Spirituality helps calm you down, makes you a lot more calmer. And spiritual words are typically not harsh, and they are words that you can actually share with almost everybody. You can use them with everybody, and they won't get um, you know mad at you for talking to them in a, using these spiritual words. Far better. Okay, so spirituality, power thoughts, um, gratitude affirmations, and also pick up some affirmations on happiness. Doesn't mean you are going to be happy, 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 but combine that with your running and your working out and your mental practices, your mental exercises. It will help you to experience a bit more happiness, right? And also, while we are at it, don't forget, we also need to change our poverty consciousness because that is part of the old programming. It comes with it. So we need to change our vocabulary, our poverty vocabulary to a prosperity vocabulary. And this is when we're going to have to practice prosperity affirmations, right? And we're gonna practice prosperity affirmations, because we need to, because we are working on the old program here. We are working on the old mindset. We're gonna change the whole entire thing, and also we increase your English a little bit more. Speak a little bit more proper by, we are going to upgrade our vocabulary, and we are going to learn some of these vocabulary words, these bigger words. It just makes our English more fluent, and we speak more eloquent, and we are just speaking better, and that will help you to have wonderful conversations as well. So this has to be practice. This is day in, day out. We're going to be doing this on a regular basis, right? These are some things that you can use in your daily life. Like I said, wake up a little bit earlier and start practice some of these things. You don't have to do it all at once, one at a time, little by little, bit by bit, piece by piece, and you keep on adding more. Your life will be better than how it is right now. You most likely you won't be going around arguing with everybody pretty much for almost everything, right? You want to change that. You want to make friends, and you want to keep your friends. And this is when you're going to have to practice day in, day out. Get good at it. Okay? This gentleman that I saw, they were they're doing some construction work. We never even know each other's name until today. But we've been saying hi for a long period of time. Finally, met him today. I finally know his name today. We bump fists, all that. Never know each other name. Say hi to each other. His name is Bill. And my friend Darian was there, and he was looking at me and him interacting. And I said, Darian, this is the first time I have ever know his name. We talked all the time. We like each other. I believe it's because of the way how I react to him. I think I treated him in a way with respect without me even trying to do it. It just flows naturally. This comes from practice. Okay? And these are some things that I want to help you guys to get better at. Better at maintaining your relationships with people. Um, Avoid having all types of hell with the people at your job. When you go to your job, those people there like you and you like them. And in order to do that, the resentment, the trauma, the old paradigm, the old programming, it must be dealt with. We have to rewrite a whole new program here. We have to download some new information to counter the old information, which is the trauma, which carries within it the resentment. Okay? So it's called practice. Write that word down and read it a couple of times. You have to practice, 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 practice until you become good. There are no genius. Don't listen to them about the genius. Genius is just a whole bunch of nonsense. No genius. You are just you haven't practiced to the point where you get good at certain things, like having wonderful conversations, having great friends, great relationships, not yelling at people and screaming at them and cursing them out. And these are things that we want to put an end to. Is it going to happen overnight? No. Are you going to fall down? Yes. But you're going to get back up and you are going to stay the course. And you're going to stay consistent and you need to be committed to it and be disciplined, right? And stay consistent and hold that for a long time and keep working towards you getting better. Practice is what's going to help you. You have to start practicing. All right, folks. That was a great session, and I appreciate y'all for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm looking forward to talk to a couple of you in the yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to talk to you guys in the near future. Thank y'all for coming by. And I'm looking forward to see you in my next live. And Ryan here with a new video. Don't forget, change the resentment. It is keeping you back, holding you back, and you cannot move forward with it. It is a curse. It's a blessing too, because it will teach you so many things about yourself, and you can actually pass that information on to other people. But if it's a blessing when you understand it, it's a curse if you let it start to drive your life. It's gonna drive you into the ground. All right. So resentment is something that we have to do something about. Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Help out your boy to get out into the YouTube universe. All right. Take care and bye bye. Good night.